Health is a complete sense of well-being, and that really includes what we eat, what we do, as well as how our health parameters are. Because health typically is unknown unless you can measure it. And what we want to do is make sure we are measuring health and measuring the wellness process so that we continuously understand we remain healthy. I actually went to IIT Delhi to study to be an engineer. Then I worked for a few years, and then I joined IIM Calcutta to complete a MBA in system space. So over the last, since then, about 16 years, I worked in the area of technology and telecommunication space. And then when I finally was settling down in India, what I realized is one of the things that we need is look at the various applications that telecommunications can bring to the country. So when I looked at a variety of things that you can do with telecommunication, mobile money, mobile health, and mobile education, one of the things I felt was health would be a very important area to work on, because that's where we can get an impact pretty fast, given that the telecom explosion in the country. What we see is just simply a huge lack of doctors. So doctors, when they see patients, they give very little time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But what we miss in the process is the treatment automatically focused on the acute problems. That is, what is the problem of the day and what is the current problem, rather than look at what are the long-term issues. And this, I think, has resulted in the situation that India now has 15 to 20% of population, and probably more, who are suffering from chronic illnesses, which are, of course, foremost you see cardiovascular diseases, which are then caused due to hypertension and diabetes, which is just simply uncontrolled. We have gone ahead and created some connected devices. So there is a blood pressure machine that then connects over a Bluetooth connection to a central location, so that the data can be sent through a mobile application. So when a person has to learn, the person needs to learn only a mobile application, how to use it, and then once the person chooses that, and then can send the data. So we have started with the blood pressure machine. We are going to add a glucometer and a weighing machine as well as pedometer. So what happens then is the data goes to a central location, and at this point you are able to see the data first of all. But in case there is a threshold violation, in case there is a particular problem, that is that this data is showing that you are not well, then it will throw up an alert. And when that alert gets thrown up, what you get is then the doctor is then able to look at that and take an action. So what we want is some amount of automated intervention and some amount of automated data collection, and then finally some amount of human interaction where the patient themselves also enter something, so that they participate in the whole process. We have been in the market for about 2 months now. We have about 30-40 customers who have already started using the service. We are now just about signing up a large corporate which has about 30-40 of their senior management who will be participating in this package. So we have just started to see the take up. But on the other hand, what is exciting to see is not a single corporate to walk in, looks at it and says, oh, this is difficult, too expensive, not doable. No, they always say this is fantastic, can we participate in it? And that's the great thing to see. So we already have 5-6 corporates who are getting lining up to be signed up over the next 6 months. The fundamental value proposition that we are offering is to better health outcome, and thus resulting in less hospitalization. Because that's one of the key things that we want people to avoid. We want them to be dependent, using the data on their general physician, and not end up in a hospital. So just remain healthy with whatever they normally do, and certain interventions which will help them continue to be healthy. And that's really what we want. So our focus is very much in the age group of 35 to 65, so that people can, for that period, not think of ending up in a hospital at all. To make sure that we do not leave out any employee in the corporate. So even a 25-year-old might want to participate, but for different reasons. They might be looking at just being healthy and maybe looking fitter and better in the overall process, rather than trying to worry about whether he has hypertension or diabetes. So, but they have to be involved in the process so that when they reach age of 35, they are still continuing to be fine in the health side as well. So our solution kind of now covers all of the different aspects of health and wellness. That was a key learning in the process.